I hope they take the paper off my door so I can just relax and sleep again in peace, because I couldn't sleep at all.
Well, imagine coming home to a sign like this on your door saying that your building needs to be evacuated because it's been deemed unsafe by the fire marshal. That is exactly what happened to tenants at Spring Lake Apartments off Garners Ferry Road in Columbia just yesterday.
This comes after a New Year's Day fire there that investigators determined was caused by fireworks.
That fire destroyed one building, put 11 families and nearly 50 people out on the street without a home. Our Nick Neville is live on this story for us tonight. Nick, you have breaking details tonight just as a meeting wrapped up between Columbia-Richland Fire Department and Columbia Police. What can you tell us?
Right, so that meeting between Fire Chief Aubrey Jenkins and the Columbia Police Chief Skip Holbrook wrapped up earlier this afternoon. Jenkins then made his way here to the apartment complex to meet with property management, and will of course have an update on all that was said during that meeting as soon as we know it. But meanwhile, many people who live here say that this just isn't right.
Leave me alone. Get that paper off my door.
Anger, shock, and disbelief from people who live at the Spring Lake Apartments in Columbia after they all received evacuation notices from the fire marshal for unsafe living conditions there.
It hurts my head. It gives me a headache to know that notice on the door, because that's just like an eviction.
But Columbia-Richland Fire Chief Aubrey Jenkins says it had to be done. Records show that complex has had more than 90 city code violations in recent years, dozens for structural deficiencies. Some people who live here tell me they've been concerned about pest problems, plumbing, potential mold, and even ceilings caving in.
It seems as if it consistently gets worse, like about slowly but surely it's only getting worse.
The distribution of the flyers starts a process that gives residents 30 days to move out.
Most of these people going to go in 30 days. Some of them ain't going to find no apartment or a house. They're going to be out on the street. That's why homeless people's out on the street now.
The situation is fluid, and the fire chief met with the Columbia Police Chief this afternoon to discuss next steps.
I got one person saying evacuate, and that's a fire marshal. And then I got the people who we pay our rent to saying we can stay. So I'm just super confused. Just let me know where to spend my money at. And, you know, I'd rather keep going to work and not having to think about where I'm going to live at.
I did catch up with property management earlier today. They said they were not willing to go on camera, but they did say that they are working with all of the parties here, including the Columbia Fire Department and the Fire Marshal's office, to ensure that all necessary steps are taken. And we'll, of course, have more updates on that meeting and the follow-up coming up in our later newscasts. But for now, reporting in Columbia, Nick Neville, WIS News 10.
All right, Nick, thanks for that update. We know you'll keep pressing for answers. Columbia's fire chief said that the fire marshal's office notice to the tenants is, quote, unrelated to that fire last week. So, again, Nick will certainly keep us updated as we learn new developments in this story.